Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Jacqueline has the night off. Topping our news this evening, the growing problem of package theft. It's a big problem year-round, but even more so during the holidays. And one Siesta Key family took the necessary precautions they thought to try to prevent this from happening, but still fell victim, and they have the surveillance footage to prove it. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo joins us live with more on the story tonight. Dwayne?
Well, Scott, Siesta Key, known for its quiet neighborhoods, is not immune to package theft. And as one homeowner tells us, it's even scarier when you're seeing it on video.
It's compelling surveillance video. It was just last Saturday, two young men loitering in front of a Siesta Key home, one of them moving in for packages left out on the victim's porch. Within seconds, the thief makes off with 3 packages. The victims, who were out of town at the time, were able to view the theft on their Ring surveillance system.
I opened up the Ring and I actually saw a young man taking packages from our front step, picking them up and running off the steps with them.
Shirley Wolf and her husband looking at the footage in disbelief, knowing perfectly well what had just happened.
It's just a sick feeling. It was a very sick feeling because it's done. There's nothing you can do about it. And you look at all of the options that, how could I have prevented this?
It was their oldest daughter that shipped these packages containing Christmas presents. The Wolves reported the theft to Sarasota police. In addition, they posted the theft on Nextdoor, a private social network where neighbors work together to build safer communities.
It had great response from Nextdoor of neighbors who actually took the information and circulated it on their Facebook page because they felt that someone might be able to identify.
But I have read the neighborhood posts and a lot of packages have been stolen.
Nancy Mulvey lives a block away from the Wolves. While she hasn't had any packages stolen, she had her car broken into less than 2 weeks ago.
And when I walked out in the morning on Sunday morning, my doors were open and my console and everything was thrown in the center of my car. Obviously, they were looking for money or something.
For Pat Wolf, he's just hoping he can get his daughter's gifts back.
They told us that, it looked like someone they'd had some criminal mischief complaints on out here in the neighborhood, so we're hopeful that they can find him quickly.
Now, police say, if possible, send your packages to someplace where someone could receive it in person, whether it's another place of residence or your place of employment. Reporting live in Siesta Key, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
All right, Dwayne, thank you. Manatee County Sheriff's detectives investigating burglaries at 2 different Starbucks locations. Detectives say the Starbucks on University Parkway and another on 52nd Place East in Bradenton were both broken into overnight. Managers at both stores arrived at work this morning and found the building completely ransacked. Detectives say the burglaries match the descriptions of recent incidents at Starbucks stores in Tampa and Miami. We have a photo now of a suspect vehicle, possibly a Chrysler minivan, that was used in 2 of the Starbucks burglaries in Miami. The sheriff's office does not have images or video at this time of the suspects or suspected vehicles used in the Manatee County cases. If you have any information, call the sheriff's office. A Bradenton man faces 30 years in prison after being convicted of drug charges. The U.S. Attorney's Office says 2 days after Alfonso Churchwell was released from a 10-year prison sentence, he posted photos of himself online with large amounts of cash. Text messages sent from his phone showed various controlled substances for sale. Authorities say he had fentanyl in his pocket when he was arrested. Federal jury finding Churchwell guilty of possessing with the intent to distribute heroin and fentanyl. A stolen SUV is recovered after tax collectors' employees uncovered the truth. Someone was trying to register and title a 2016 Range Rover worth $76,000 at the Manatee County Tax Collector's Office in Ellenton. The SUV is what's called a cloned vehicle, which means it's stolen and the VIN on the SUV and its title paperwork are changed so that it doesn't show up on a national stolen vehicle database. The Sheriff's Office is now investigating. Well, it's a Christmas miracle a Sarasota woman is alive today. 2 police officers saving her life when she dangled from the top of a 13-story building. Sarasota Police Sergeant Anthony Frangoni and Officer Brian Lundstrom were called to the Revo at Ringling condominium in downtown Sarasota for a dispute early Sunday morning. A woman high on drugs and alcohol was trying to take her own life by jumping off the 13th floor balcony. She grabbed hold of some Christmas lights outside of the condo and miraculously landed a floor below. As soon as the officers walked onto the 12th floor balcony where the woman had landed, she swung her legs over the railing in a second attempt to end her life.
I just reached out, and I still don't even know how it happened, but I grabbed her belt. And I was holding onto her belt, and I pulled her. And at that point, Officer Lundstrom saw what was going on. He was behind me, and she started smacking me, saying, let me go, I'll take you with me.
Well, the officers took the woman to Sarasota Memorial Hospital. They haven't heard from her since. Glad they were there, though. Time to check in now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for our first alert forecast for this Wednesday evening. Bob?
Thanks, Scott. And it looks as though things are looking a little bit better as far as the fog goes. At least it won't come around that early as a result of it now kind of shifting off to the north. However, there's still a really good chance that it will develop, and it could be rather thick tomorrow morning. As we saw this morning, with the second morning in a row, we had advisories as a result of the reduced visibility. 71 degrees right now. We have clear skies. The dew point's still way up there. And with temperatures falling close to it and winds expected to lessen somewhat, we may see that fog forming. And we also note that we have a south wind. With a south wind and a majority of the day, night, we may see a little bit more sea fog rolling onshore in advance of this cold front now, which is slicing through the southeast United States. So for us, no rainfall around. That front will not bring much in terms of change for us. It will fade away before it reaches us and eventually just bring us a little increase in cloudiness. Now, as far as the forecast goes, for your evening, it looks to be pretty good. Temperature 69 degrees by 11 o'clock. So temperature's kind of hanging right around 70 throughout the overnight. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Stepping up its efforts to help end homelessness, the city of Northport will soon be offering a new set of services starting January 2nd. Any homeless person in need can come to the Northport Social Services Building. That's where they'll meet with a caseworker who will assess their level of need and place them into a homeless management information system where they can find help. City commissioners hope these new services will not only help people in need, but also provide an opportunity to keep track of the need in Northport. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a state senator resigns after multiple state leaders called for him to step down. His reasons for the resignation. And why the fate of the National Flood Insurance Program is still up in the air. Those stories when we come back.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com, AndServices.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. andservices.com. andservices.com.
Republican State Senator Jack Latvala has announced his resignation the day after an investigation found credible evidence of sexual misconduct. Latvala submitting his resignation today. He continues to deny doing anything wrong. The resignation came hours after Governor Rick Scott and Attorney General Pam Bondi said he should resign. Latvala criticized the calls for his resignation and said he no longer wants to serve with party leaders who did not allow him a chance to defend himself.
He realized that if we continued to challenge this, it would have been disruptive to the business of the Senate, disruptive to the state of Florida, and would have interfered with the job that the Senate does or would do in the upcoming session.
On Tuesday, a Senate investigation found it's likely Latvala inappropriately touched a top Senate aide. The report detailed accounts from a former lobbyist who said Latvala offered to support legislation in exchange for sex acts. The state Senate has handed over the report now to law enforcement. Take two for the House today. Republicans forced to vote a second time on a sweeping tax overhaul. But it did pass once again. Early this morning, the Senate passed the $1.5 trillion rewrite of the tax code along party lines. The largest change to tax policy in more than 3 decades. And it has left some Democrats outraged.
A disgrace. That's what this bill is. It's an absolute disgrace.
The Democrats don't like to see tax cutting. They like to see tax increases. And they like to complain.
The corporate tax rate is permanently slashed from more than 35% to 21%. Tax cuts for individuals will expire after 8 years, but Americans will see their standard deduction and child tax credit doubled. A new study shows Americans making $75,000 or less will face a tax hike in a decade. Wealthy Americans, though, will continue to see their taxes cut. While Republican lawmakers pass a tax bill, the fate of the National Flood Insurance Program continues to be up in the air. The program aims to reduce the impact of flooding by providing affordable insurance to property owners, including many here on the Suncoast. But the rash of recent catastrophic disasters has bankrupted the program and left the government to debate its future. The program's funding is set to expire on Friday. And Suncoast insurance agent Florence Conlon says the change could have some major impacts to those in high-risk flood zones.
Segments could be rather detrimental because the program will not be able to make any changes or revisions to any existing policies. And any closings with new purchases where flood insurance is required would probably not be able to close because they won't be able to write new flood insurance.
The flood insurance program currently has about 5 million policies, and as lawmakers finalize a spending plan, flood insurance is expected to be one of the controversial issues being discussed. And we'll get back with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with the First Alert forecast right after this.
If high performance art is what you're into, look no further than Sunset Fiat of Sarasota. For maximum performance, check out the all-new Fiat Spider. You'll flip over the superior handling and capability. Or follow roads less traveled in the Fiat 500X. No matter what your passion is, there's a Fiat for everyone. Prices starting as low as $13,999 during the Big Finish event. Going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Do you have type 2 diabetes, which requires daily blood monitoring? If you have diabetes, are you on Medicare, Obamacare, or other health insurance? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for diabetic testing supplies at little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. Our accredited staff will handle all of your paperwork for free. And best of all, your diabetic testing supplies are shipped directly to your home for free. Call now to see if you qualify for a meter upgrade and a free pedometer to monitor your daily walking. Use alternate testing sites, a smaller blood sample, and even hear your results out loud. Will you qualify for diabetic testing supplies and an upgraded meter covered by Medicare, Obamacare, or health insurance at little to no out-of-pocket cost to you?
Find out for free by calling the Diabetes Resource Center at 1-800-394-1098. That's 1-800-394-1098, 1-800-394-1098.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
We saw a lot of people wearing sweaters around the station today. It wasn't because it was cold.
Yeah,
it was an ugly sweater contest.
A lot of offices are doing that,
Yeah.
participating in it. It's always a lot of fun, and we have to make our votes to see who actually won here at the station. A little prize.
They were all sweating though. I noticed when they went outside.
I was thinking about that. You know, Florida ugly sweater contests can be a little bit troublesome, considering temperatures right now around 80 degrees at times. And we are going to continue to see warm weather here, and the Van Wezel webcam showing nice afternoon after some clouds were around. Late morning, early afternoon, a little disturbance came through, sunset, fair skies, and calm conditions out on the seas. There's a chance we could see some sea fog rolling in later on tonight. Now, as far as the pictures go, they keep coming to pics at mysuncoast.com. Cristelli is sending this one in. This is nice right there on Siesta Key, and you can see a frontal system very clearly. Cold front, a very thin one at that. Not much rain associated with it all. Very thin line of showers exists all the way out into the Gulf of Mexico. The area of low pressure is still well to the north of us, and that front will get some traction tonight into north central Florida, but then it falls apart as it approaches our coast, and we will see just a chance for a little increase in clouds tomorrow, and that rain chance very small, less than 20%. Currently, it's clear up and down the coast, and temperatures right around 70 degrees. As far as the forecast goes, we are anticipating warm weather to stay with us over the next several days, and then a little cool down on Christmas, and it'll continue into early part of next week. But our normal high at 72 degrees, so cool down means a few degrees cooler than it has been, and that means still, though, above average temperatures, even on Monday and Tuesday of next week. This morning's low was 60. Our average low is at 53. The record, look at that, 28, set back in 1981. The rainfall, no rain to report. And for the month, we're just over an inch of rain. Now, current fog conditions, not nearly as prevalent as it once was over the past 2 nights, and that's somewhat of a good sign, but we're getting more of a south to southwesterly wind flow, and that is allowing us to see a little fog right now, but it could build in the Gulf and then move on shore, especially after midnight tonight. Tomorrow's hourly forecast does call for some clouds around. Temperatures very warm, though, unseasonably warm, 69 degrees, and then we warm up throughout the day. There's no major downfall to our weather. In fact, just a little bit of fog around the morning should burn off rather quickly, so commuters could have a problem tomorrow with that fog. As we've seen over the past couple of mornings, 2 consecutive mornings now, there have been fog advisories with visibilities dropping below a quarter of a mile. It's going to be very dangerous out on the roads here in Florida. Here comes the front. Tomorrow night, tomorrow morning, it will move over north central Florida. And with the southwest flow out ahead of it, we could see that sea fog rolling in. That front gets close to us by midday tomorrow, then falls apart. The rain chance I mentioned, very small. And then there's still a chance we could see some more fog tomorrow night and Friday morning. Satellite and radar imagery showing this storm system, an area of low pressure moving west to east, basically off into the Carolinas there, bringing some rainfall. And as far as that cold air is concerned, it's still pretty much bottled up to the north, well to the north now. 19 in Minneapolis, 9 in Minot, and Chicago at 30. So they're starting to cool down a little bit. This cold air will be in place tomorrow. In fact, the wind chill temperature is now -7 in Minot. Feels like 20 in Chicago. Cleveland at 25 degrees, and the highs for Wednesday, Cleveland will get up to 40. St. Louis at 56, Minneapolis only at 25 degrees. For boaters tomorrow, looks like this. We'll see winds out of the west at 10 knots and seas running 1 to 2 feet with a light chop out there. Tides on your screen coming up. Low tide will be at 12:36 tonight. Mostly fair. More fog, 68 for your low. And then tomorrow, look for partly cloudy skies, a high temperature well above average, around 80 degrees. Beaches will see a high right around 80 into the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. And then the extended forecast, winter officially arrives on 11/28 tomorrow morning. First full day of winter, we'll see a high near 80 degrees. And then Christmas Eve looks good. Sunshine, a chance for showers on Christmas Day. And a little bit cooler, but still above average on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Linda?
Coming up, we'll tell you where you can find free Christmas activities and get in the true spirit of Christmas.
First out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile, and in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Make your holiday season extraordinary with a visit to your local Alfa Romeo dealer. Experience affordable Italian-crafted luxury and world-class performance, like our 2018 Giulia, just announced as the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. MSRP starting at $37,995. Or drive home in the 2018 Stelvio SUV. MSRP starting at just $41,995. Premium comfort and excellent handling, even in the most challenging conditions. Now's the time to shift into season and reward yourself this holiday. Come in and see us today.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
In the spotlight tonight, Main Street in Lakewood Ranch. That's where a Christmas celebration will take you from hilarious and rowdy to spiritual and serene. ABC 7's Linda Carson has a story.
Saturday, December 23rd on Main Street in Lakewood Ranch. What a Christmas party that's going to be.
This year we have a Ferris wheel, we have a train on a track, we have a snow hill, we've got some other carnival rides, a mechanical reindeer, so it's like a mechanical bull, but it's a reindeer.
There'll also be snow, cookies, ornament decorating, and Santa Claus. The rides are for children and adults.
It's a 50-foot Ferris wheel, so adults can ride it. They can ride the train, they can ride the mechanical reindeer. I encourage this, I love to watch. They can ride the snow hill. They can decorate cookies if they want to decorate cookies.
And aside from a few vendors and the restaurants that are open, everything is free. The rides, the cookies, the photos with Santa. It's all sponsored by the Grace Community Church. They're well known for their monthly contributions at Music on Main.
Every first Friday we show up with a lot of activity for Lakewood Ranch, and it's what it's done is it's taken First Friday from being sort of an older group meeting to where now younger families are there because we do all this cool stuff.
And that was going so well, Dr. Chip Bennett went to the managers of Lakewood Ranch with a proposal.
Hey, could we throw a candlelight service for the community, and could we make it fun? So we'll make a couple hours of really cool stuff for the families and kids, and then we'll close it off with 30-45 minutes of some music, carols, and then a little bit gospel presentation with the candlelighting service, and the rest is history.
And the church has put a lot of money into making it great. Festivities start at 6.
Then at about 8 o'clock, we get up on stage, the band does, sings a couple Christmas carols to get everybody sort of in the mood, because, you know, not everybody's there for church reasons. And so we do that, and then we start moving into Christmas songs that people would know who go to church. And then I get up and sort of talk a little bit about the gospel and, you know, what Christmas really means.
And they cap it off with a candlelight service. Thousands of people on Main Street holding candles and singing Silent Night.
It's just this really special, magical moment, no matter where you're standing. It's just dark and quiet and just candles everywhere, and you remember that you're in a street in the main part of town surrounded by businesses and people and life, and yet there's this moment of just peace and quiet.
This entire street will shut down from 6 to 8:30 p.m. on December 23rd. From 6 to 8, there'll be all of the festivities, and at 8 o'clock, the Christmas service. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Linda.
Do you hear what I hear?
I was going to say, do you see what I see?
That's right.
That's some fog.
Yeah, some fog. Yeah, you're going to have a hard time driving along I-75 tomorrow. Could be a little bit thick in some areas. Look out for that. Other than that, though, things are pretty nice. Temperatures around 80 degrees. Feels just like Christmas.
World News Tonight with David Muir is next. Our next news at 7, and we'll see you again at 11.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Attention type 2 diabetics. The FDA warns of an increased risk of amputation associated with certain diabetes medications. If you took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation or one of these other serious injuries, call the Rely On Group right now. If you've suffered amputation or any of these other injuries after taking your diabetes medication, call the Rely On Group today. You may be entitled to substantial financial Call 800-604-1698. That's 800-604-1698.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G-Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.